Howdy, folks. General back to you. Hey, I've got a little something other that I need to share with you. Uh, do you folks have any idea how they used to cool rooms and stuff in very humid areas uh, close to the equator, uh, Florida, and the Florida Keys and whatnot, back before they had electricity? Well, let me put you on to something. You can do the same exact thing at your house if you don't have electricity or you don't have air conditioning and it's hotter than a three-ball tomcat. Well, here you go. What they would do, they'd take cotton rope and they'd come a foot from the wall. They come out on the wall a foot from the other wall and put a screw eye in the wall, and they do the same thing on the other corner, and then they each corner they'd have a screw eye here and one over here, a foot out, all four corners of the room. Then they'd run a cotton rope between those, so you had the wall, and then right next to it the string or the rope, and they'd draw it tight. And they wanted, and this was close to the ceiling, about a foot down from the ceiling. Okay, now stay with me now. That stayed up there all the time. They had sheets, like bed sheets, that they would hang over that and let it hang almost to the floor. And they'd leave them up there. Okay? That's a sheet, a bed sheet, about a foot from the wall, all the way around, even across the doorway. You had to push the thing out of the way to come into the room. Then they'd take a pump sprayer and sweet water, regular water, and spray the whole cotton picking thing and get it good and soaky where it's drippity drippity on the ground, on the floor. Okay? Now, that sounds like that'd put too much humidity in the air, but the way air conditioning works is the evaporation of water. As it evaporates, it cools. Okay? So the room would be 15, 20 degrees cooler inside than it would be right outside. And if they had a window there, the window was going to be putting light into the room up above the stuff and through the material. So you're going to have daylight in the room, but the main thing you had was these sheets. Well, I was talking to this lady today. She had one of these things around her neck, that was blowing air. And I told her, I said, have you ever seen the bandanas? They get them in PPE shops, safety places. It's a bandana that's got crystals in it, like they use for planting tomatoes. They're blue. They swell up with water, and they don't just run out of it. It leaches out slowly. And you put that around your neck, and that goes right down here on your main arteries. And as the water evaporates from it, it cools your arteries. It evaporates and cools all the way around your neck, especially your arteries right here. And your arteries, naturally, are pumping blood. I mean, your heart's pumping blood through the arteries. So all the blood in your body is going to go by those things, especially those two going up into your head. And they're going to be keeping your brain a lot cooler, where you're more apt to stay at yourself without having a heat stroke. And I don't think those things cost that much. Your welding places are going to have them. I'm sure that all the sports places will have them. They're just a bandana with crystals in it, and when you pick it up, you feel of it, and it's just a little thin thing. It's about 2 inches wide and long enough to go around your neck and tie. I mean, it doesn't look like there's anything to it, but it's got these crystals in it. Somebody came up with the idea of these crystals, that they would put a spoonful of those in a hole and then put a tomato plant on top of it and heal it in. And then when they watered it, those crystals would soak that water up and then let it out slowly to the roots. So you could water it one time a day, and those crystals would take care of it. Well, somebody got the idea of putting them in inside a neckerchief, which is all that is, just a neckerchief with the crystals in it and sewed up. It's just the same thing, with the neckerchief corners, and you just tie your little old loose knot where it just stays there, and it, as long as it's filled up, and it gets about an inch in diameter, and it takes about 3 hours for that thing to get dry. So all you got to do is take it off, put it in a cup of water, let it soak up a couple of minutes, put it back on. Boogity boogity. So y'all go get you one of those, and if you're outside working, and or if you work outside, or if you work inside and it's hot, I was an electrician for the railroad, and they bought them for us, handed them out, and they helped us quite a bit. All right, I done talked enough. I love you guys. Y'all like and subscribe, hit the bell, and make comments, and it's general. I'm out.